Ambient listening is about getting documentation from session recordings. And what we see here is that we have a setup with a patient and a clinician, and the clinician has asked the patient if it's okay to record the session and explained why, and then he proceeds with recording the session either with the smartphone or with a laptop. So once the recording is finished, it will be transcribed, which means we are going from the speech recording to text. And then from this text we can generate different structured clinical reports as draft. We have the possibility to do different types of reports. Once those are generated, the clinician's task is to review the reports, edit them if there's changes needed, and then to add them to the medical record. Good. We want to generate a next report, which is basically a follow-up session to this first initial session. So I will go to Ambient documentation, and then what I can do is I can start a recording, and I can pre-select the type of report. So we have progress notes, we have intake sessions, that was the previous one. We have parent sessions, we have dictation, and here is a specific tool for supervision. So we select progress note. We can give this a title. Here I am selecting week 2, or let's say session 2. You see that the software filled in myself as the provider and Sophie as the patient. I could adjust that, but in this case it's correct. We select the language and we press record. Oh, now I need to give permission for the microphone, and now we basically see that it's recording. So that's very well, but what I'm doing here is not a therapy session, so I will stop this. What we see is that now it's basically transcribing what I recorded and generate a progress note. However, since that's not a real session, I will do a little shortcut here. Okay, now the progress note was generated, so we can finally access it, which will bring us back to the Note tab. So what we see here is that we still have the intake session, then we have the technical check that I did, which was not a real session, and now we have the session that was called Exploration of Family Conflict, Peer Dynamics at the Gym, and Distress over Exclusion from Training Camp. And the first thing that we get is a session narrative, where we have the big topics of the family conflict, the topic of gym environment and relation with the coach, and then a section about the therapeutic process and interaction. And then we have the live situation, interventions done by the clinician. For example, he explored the patient's perceptions of her relationship with family, peers, and her coach. So we get an impression what the therapist was doing. Was suicidality mentioned? We get interaction behavior. We get a note on patient well-being, and at the very end, we also get the agreements that were taken. For example, here the next session will take place next week, and the therapist will continue to work on the patient's evaluation. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and yeah, bye.